Hello and welcome to Alexis Knight Headline Lies, where we rip the truth out from under the headlines that made your group chat explode. Here's the thing. The media lights the match, but the public always does the rest. We're the ones who spread the fire. We're the ones reacting. Now, in this episode, we're going to take 5 of the juiciest, most misleading headlines you saw and break them down and tell you what really happened. From economic chaos to full-blown identity hoaxes, you're about to find out just how easy it is to get played and what happens when we do not question the bait. Let's get into it. Headline number 1, and I quote, "Breaking massive earthquake hits London." Okay, what did that tell people? Well, London was collapsing. Emergency services were overwhelmed. And you were going to stop scrolling right then because this is an emergency. You needed to panic. Text all your British friends right that very second. The footage showed buildings shaking, people screaming, debris falling. I mean, the whole thing looked very real. And everyone believed it, of course. But let me tell you the real story. It was fake. And I'm not talking about fake like it was an exaggeration. I'm talking fake, like the whole thing was edited from 3 different earthquakes in 3 different countries: Turkey, Japan, and Mexico. I bring you the facts. Someone spliced together disaster footage, threw a panic caption over it, and boom, millions of views. People shared it fast because it felt like breaking news, not realizing it was breaking brains, not buildings. Okay, and the worst part, even after authorities confirmed nothing had happened in London, the video was still going, racking up views, still lived on TikTok, and still sat in group chats like a ticking time bomb. Because in the age of content farming, panic gets paid. Now, what happened here? British citizens called 999 thinking their families were in danger. Emergency services had to issue official statements for a disaster that never happened. All because of a fake headline designed to make you click. And it worked. Did you click it? You think this stuff is harmless out there. But tell that to the mother who saw that video and thought her daughter was buried in the tube. Not fun at all. Headlines like this, they are not just ridiculous, they are very dangerous. Let's move on. And this one, gosh, I'm pretty sure you had to have seen it. And I quote, Hassett, Trump is considering a 90-day pause in tariffs for all countries except for China. Now, this headline made it sound like a massive shift in the U.S. trade policy had just dropped. Live, in real time. Traders, investors, and finance junkies thought the White House had just blinked and paused global tariffs, signaling a wave of economic relief. The market, well, it reacted instantly. Stocks skyrocketed. Analysts started pushing out hot takes, and within minutes, this one headline moved trillions. But the thing was, it was not true, and no one ever stopped to ask if it was. So what was the real story here? Well, this headline came from a misinterpreted soundbite. Kevin Hassett, a White House advisor, gave a vague answer in an interview, and that half-thought got spun into a full-blown policy announcement. Financial outlets ran with it fast. Within minutes, the S&P 500 added over $2.4 trillion in market value. Then, the White House came out and flatly denied it. The pause never happened. The headline was flat out wrong. And suddenly the market dropped just as fast as it had climbed. Did you see it? This wasn't just bad reporting, guys. What's up with our journalists these days? This was a textbook example of how media speed and economic anxiety can combine into a full-blown financial whiplash. It's really out of control out there, guys. Now, what happened because of this? Well, investors lost millions within minutes. Day traders got crushed. The media didn't just mislead, they moved global markets with a sentence that was never, ever confirmed. This wasn't clickbait. Okay, this was fiscal sabotage. This whole thing went way too far. And if you're thinking, well, okay, it got corrected, you have to remember the impact and the ripple effects of these things. In the market, timing's everything. The damage was already done. The truth came too late. Well, let's move on to the next one. The headline here, and I quote, U.S. government issuing $16,800 checks to all citizens coming this April. Hey, it popped up everywhere. It was on Facebook, TikTok, even forwarded through group chats like it was gospel. Breaking news, you're getting a check. Here's how to claim yours. And just like that, people were clicking and clicking and clicking. Because in this economy, who wouldn't? I mean, it sounded like another stimulus program. Maybe something passed in the background. Maybe you just missed it in the news. But if you believed it, you were supposed to act fast. Get it done before it was too late. That's how scams work, guys. Urgency, excitement, no time or room for questions. We should all know how to spot these things. The real story here, there was no check. There's no government payout, no financial relief package. This headline was part of a digital phishing scam using fake blog articles and shady news sites to collect personal data. That's right, yours and mine. The link that you clicked led you to a page that looked official, asked you to check eligibility, ooh, so exciting, and then requested everything from your name to your social. The design mimicked IRS websites, used .gov colors and branding, making it very easy for people to fall for it if they weren't reading carefully. Now, behind the scenes, the page was not built to inform you. It was built to rob you. Cybersecurity experts traced it back to a foreign-based fraud ring using AI to pump out fake headlines like a frickin' factory. And the more desperate the economy feels, the more likely people are going to take this kind of bait. This is coming. This is here. This is only going to get worse. What happened here? Well, thousands of people entered their information. And guess what? They got hit with stolen identities, drained bank accounts, and weeks, sometimes months, of trying to recover what they lost, which is not very successful, by the way, guys. No one from the media is talking about it. No one stopped it. No tech platform flagged it in time. And while the scammers ran off with all your data, nobody ran to your rescue. This is not just misinformation, guys. I'm trying to share this with you because this is digital predation. And every time we fall for headlines like these, we fund the next one while we give up some of ourselves. Let's move on to the next one. And this one I just had to throw in. And I don't know if anyone fell for it. A lot of people did. If you're listening, maybe you did. It's not your fault. Definitely is not your fault if you fall for these headlines. But what we're doing here is we're educating you so that maybe you can stop falling for these headlines. That's the goal. Okay, and I quote, Taylor Swift endorses Donald Trump for president. When this headline hit, it was like a cultural earthquake. Taylor Swift, the pop icon known for her progressive stances, was now backing Donald Trump, and fans were stunned. Critics were skeptical, and the political world was abuzz. Social media exploded with debates, all those memes, and a flurry of reactions. The message was clear, though. If America's sweetheart was switching sides, what would that mean? Well, the real story is that it was all fabrication. Everyone's really figured that out by now, but still, this one is important because we love to follow those we admire. Now, in August 24, former President Donald Trump shared AI-generated images on his platform depicting Taylor Swift in pro-Trump scenarios. And one image showed her dressed as Uncle Sam with the caption, Taylor wants you to vote for Donald Trump. Another featured individuals wearing Swifties for Trump t-shirts. Now, these images were fake. They were misleading. And they suggested an endorsement that did not happen. Now, Swift, who had previously endorsed Joe Biden in 2020, quickly responded. That's why I'm sure a lot of you have this all resolved now. She publicly denounced those AI-generated images, expressing concerns about the dangers of AI and misinformation. Okay, so I'm telling you this story because I don't care what side you're on. But when we admire someone, like so many people admire Taylor Swift, we base our opinions off of what they are doing. And if they fall for something fake or what you're seeing is generated with AI, which I am here to tell you, a lot of what you're seeing out there right now, today, what you're going to go and see at your lunch break is going to be generated by AI, and you will have no idea. Everyone needs to be responsible for what they take in as truth, or you're the one that's going to look kind of ridiculous believing fake headlines later. Now, the fallout of this one, of these AI images, it highlighted the growing threat, of course, of deep fake news, tech, and AI, and the media. Okay, nobody runs out to fix this stuff except for the victims who try to take care of it. And unless you're Taylor Swift, I don't know if you trying to take care of it's going to have much of an impact. If anything fake happened to you out there. All right, and I saved this one today for last. And I quote, World Economic Forum document confirms 6 billion humans will die in 2025. Okay, this headline, splashed across social media and fringe news sites, painted a dystopian picture. The World Economic Forum, the WEF, had allegedly issued a document predicting the imminent death of 6 billion people by 2025. I mean, the implication was clear and it was very terrifying. The WEF, a prominent international organization, was either forecasting or orchestrating a massive depopulation event. And there's a lot of little things out there about depopulation that have been going on for a few years now. And for readers already wary of global institutions, this seemed like the smoking gun confirming their worst fears. The claim originated from an article published by The People's Voice, a website notorious for spreading misinformation and conspiracy theories. Go check it out. The article asserted that a WEF document, hiding in plain sight, confirmed the impending deaths of billions. It's a very serious claim. But no such document really exists. Fact-checking organizations, including Reuters and PolitiFact, investigated these claims and found them baseless. The WEF explicitly denied any such predictions or intentions, stating they do not support nor advocate for depopulation. The article also misrepresented data from Deagle.com, a website known for speculative and unverified forecasts. And this is where we get some of our information, guys. This all further muddied the waters. I mean, in reality, there was no credible evidence to support this very alarming headline that affected everyone. It is outrageous. Despite being thoroughly debunked, the sensational claim, it spread like wildfire, fueling conspiracy theories and deepening public mistrust in global organizations. The individuals already inclined to believe in shadowy global plots found their beliefs seemingly validated, leading to increased polarization and skepticism towards legitimate information sources. This incident underscores the profound impact of misinformation and the very critical need for media literacy out there. When false narratives take root, they can erode trust. They can cause violence. They can incite unwarranted fear. People can choose to leave this earth if it gets bad enough. And weird headlines that come across and hit you right in the chest so hard and throw you back, hey, maybe they're just there to divert your attention from something else. We need to be smarter, guys. We really need to be smarter. They're throwing out anything they want because clicks are what matter. They don't care about your respect. They don't care if you like them. They don't care if what they're giving you is true. I say, watch it from the source. You want to know what your president is saying? Go look at it on YouTube. You have a favorite actor or actress? Go find what they are directly saying. Don't just read the news. There was a magazine called The Inquirer that's still out there, and they were known to have just embellished sensational stories, and they were very separate from the actual news. But really, all headlines are now a question. Are they real? Are they not? And what is their intention? In an era where information is at our fingertips, the line between fact and fiction has become increasingly blurred, really blurred. The headlines we've dissected reveal a troubling trend. This is ongoing. Sensationalism often trumps accuracy, and misinformation can spread like wildfire. It is imperative for each of us to approach news with a critical eye, question resources, and seek out the truth if it interests you. But don't just follow the leader. Remember, behind every headline lies a deeper story, and it is up to us to uncover it. Remember, the media lights the match. It's the poster, really, whoever is putting it out there. But the public is the piece of it that really matters because that's what spreads the fire. In this episode of Alexis Knight Headline Lies, we have dissected 5 viral stories that were not just misleading, they were devastating. From fabricated government payouts that affect everyone, to AI-generated celebrity endorsements. Alexis Knight exposes how headlines are crafted for outrage and how public reaction often does all of the work and far more damage than the facts ever did. When we just stuck to the facts, that's just what it was. What you don't know about these stories will change how you scroll, because next time, this could be you. 5 stories, full breakdowns, no fluff, no spin. Headlines are the bait, the public does the rest. True Crime, Alexis Knight Podcast. Join the podcast and dive deeper into this chaos of real-life crime. See you next time.